Hello, my name is Kyle Smith. I'm the activity programmer here at the Wellington County Museum and Archives, and today I am coming to you from beautiful Erin, Ontario, here in Wellington County. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is one of my very favorite, but also one of the most frustrating things that I find about history. Now, to do these presentations and other presentations that I give, I'm always going into the archives and going into our online collections. The link I'll attach to this video so you can see it and you can use it yourself, and we can go through and see a lot of the great online material that people have collected over the years at the archives. You can go through it and find interesting stories about your backyard or anywhere in Wellington County, and I was doing that in Erin. I was actually looking at a man by the name of Dr. Henry McKnight, who was known as the very first doctor here in Erin. I'm actually really close to where he used to work. It is just on the other side of me here. And I found sort of a little offhand remark. It said that he had served in the American Civil War. And, you know, I'm a big Civil War buff. That's my type of history. I really like that. And so I was really fascinated. I wanted to know more about it. And as I started digging, I found out that he actually served in the Confederate Army and that he had signed up in January of 1865. And that kind of threw me for a loop. It's something that people might seem as a little bit unusual to think about Canadians serving in any of the armies, let alone the Confederate Army and the American Civil War. But when you do a little research, you realize that up to maybe 30,000 Canadians served in the American Civil War during the entire period that it was on, from 1861 until 1865. And Dr. Henry McKnight apparently was one of them. The other thing that was unusual is that he served in the Confederate Army. He would have had to have broken the blockade. The Union had actually blockaded the South. He would have had to snuck through the northern lines in order to get down south so he could serve. He served as a surgeon during the war. And the third thing that I thought was a little unusual was the fact that he started in January of 1865. Now, I know enough Civil War history to know that the war is going to end in April of 1865. People saw the writing on the wall. Joining a losing cause like that in 1865 was not generally a good idea. So I was fascinated. I wanted to know exactly why he had done this. I did a little bit more research. I could find out that he was very close with conservative politics, and conservative politics in Upper Canada at the time was pro-Confederacy, and that was not necessarily because of slavery, but it was because they didn't trust the Republican tendencies of the Union, and they thought any way of weakening the American Union was a good idea. So maybe, I don't really know, but maybe that's why he wanted to go serve. But I don't know. Now, I saw in the archive files, in the online collection that we have at the museum, I saw that there was a diary. He started his diary entry in January of 1865, and I thought, great, that is going to be a perfect opportunity to solve this mystery, to find out why he had been serving. Unfortunately, the little side note that it had there said that the diary is in possession of a descendant who's currently living in Puerto Rico. So I was sort of at a dead end. I couldn't get anywhere there. Another fascinating thing about him was that he, after the American Civil War ends in April of 1865, he goes to France. He doesn't come back to Erin. He goes to France. He lives there for a while. And then he also becomes a surgeon during the Franco-Prussian War in 1871, which is amazing, which is incredible. He served in these two different not Canadian conflicts all around the world. He happened to not be a very good judge of which cause to back, because both the French and the Confederacy lost both of those wars, but he served as a surgeon during them. After 1871, he must have been sick of losing all of the wars that he signed up for, and so he came back to Erin to work as a doctor, and works as a friendly doctor in town. He was just a just the local doctor who looked after women giving birth or kids' broken arms or anything like that in Erin, doing a great job for the town of Erin. But he had this amazing backstory, these incredible adventures that he had gone on in his youth, and I wanted to know more about it. But the frustrating thing is that we sort of ran into a bit of a dead end. So if any of you happen to know anything more about Dr. McKnight, I would love to know. You can let me know. You can let us know at the museum. We'd love to hear more about it. And it's just one of those things about history. You start looking at one thing like doctors in Wellington County, and you find these incredible, fascinating lives of these people who had these incredible, massive historical events around the world, and they happen to be, your country doctor right next door. So I would recommend all of you get a chance. Come to Erin. It is beautiful. You could also go through our online collections and try to find some of these interesting and amazing stories that are right in your backyard that you can get at your fingertips all online. So thanks for listening to me, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.